What's up guys, Trill here, better known as Budget Bill, and this is your second stimulus check and stimulus package update for September the 20th. Supreme Court Ruth Bader Ginsburg died on Friday at the age of 87 years old. She was appointed by former President Clinton back in 1993. She served as the most senior member of the court's liberal wing, delivering some of the most powerful votes in our past, such as voter rights, same-gender marriage, immigration, healthcare, and affirmative action. The passing of her has opened the door to more political fights, considering she was on the liberal side of the aisle. President Trump is rushing to fill her spot before the November election. There is some controversy as Ruth had one wish before she died, and that was to be replaced by the next president. Well, as we would expect, Trump wants to replace her with someone else before the November election. If successful, Trump could replace her with a more conservative appointee instead, which is causing an uproar in the world of politics. I do want to leave you with one of her most powerful quotes that I love. Fight for the things that you care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you. Now, moving on to some stimulus news. On Friday, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce gave praise to the Problem Solvers Caucus in regards to the March to Common Ground Act. They stated it is definitely progress in the right direction. So far, this bill has not been ruled out, so it is still a contender for the negotiators to make a decision on. Right now, Nancy Pelosi is stating that the price tag of the March to Common Ground Act needs to increase the amount of money from $1.5 trillion to $2.2 trillion. Nancy has been asking for a $2.2 trillion package since she reduced her previous amount of $3.4 trillion. The problem is, even though she knows exactly what amount she wants, she has yet to release the specifics of what she plans to use the money for. We know she wants to offer aid for the American people, aid for state and local governments, small businesses, and many others. But she hasn't said how much she plans to give each one of them. Previously, she told Mark Meadows that she wants a blank check and she will decide where to use the money, which is clearly why the White House continues to reject her request for more than $1 trillion. The current bill on the table right now is a $1.5 trillion package, but it also includes a built-in stabilizer that will kick in at the beginning of next year, depending on how our economy has recovered and if the pandemic virus has worsened. Depending on the state of our economy, this could trigger an additional $500 billion in influx of aid that would kick in and offer additional support such as a third stimulus check and more for state and local governments. But ultimately, this new stimulus package proposal was the catalyst that has caused the White House negotiators to get back in the room to negotiate with the Democrats. Initially, Nancy Pelosi said that she is not interested in speaking to the White House until they are ready to increase the amount of funding to be closer to her current $2.2 trillion price tag. Once this new stimulus package proposal was released, President Donald Trump stated that he liked the bill. He also urged Republicans to go even higher with the amount of stimulus relief aid for the American people. President Trump stated, "Go for the much higher numbers, Republicans. It all comes back to the USA, one way or another." So after this comment, maybe Nancy Pelosi will be willing to restart the negotiations again as they have received the go-ahead from the top man in their camp. President Trump also stated on Saturday, "I like the larger number. I've said that. Some of the Republicans disagree, but I think I can convince them to go along with that because I like the larger number. I want to see people get money." Something like that. We're getting closer, guys. We're getting closer. In addition, Trump has been threatening to sign an executive order soon if a bill is not brought to him to sign. He said he will give the negotiators another week or so to get a bill to his desk to sign it, or he will sign an executive order to send out a second round of stimulus checks to the American people. Even though President Trump doesn't have the authority to create new money, he plans on using some unused FEMA funds to redirect it as another stimulus check. If President Trump does this, And if he is successful, I believe this will definitely help him sign the deal on his re-election in November, because he will look like Superman in comparison to Congress. Congress has been trying to develop a deal since March and unsuccessful. And if Trump oversteps them and does it himself, he will look like the Superman, or Super Trump. Now, I personally think that the second stimulus check will get passed before the election. I think whichever party is able to get the stimulus package figured out and agreed upon will ultimately win the election. The American people need a check sent out right now. Send it out immediately. And the person to get that done is the winner. And if and when they can pull off the second stimulus package, I believe we should receive our second stimulus checks at the end of October. Well, that's just my thoughts anyways. What do you think? Do you think if Trumpy can do an executive order that would cut stimulus checks to millions of Americans can help him win the election? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. I would love to get your feedback. Now, do me a favor. It takes a long time to research this information for these videos, and if you could simply click the like button for me, it's totally free, and I would appreciate it. Other than that, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.